At Blackfoot Communications, our mission is to connect people, businesses, and communities, bringing a world-class fiber network to homes, communities, and businesses of all sizes, ensures Montanans have access to fast, reliable, and secure internet and phone services. Are you ready for fiber internet? To find out if fiber is coming to your area, visit goblackfoot.com/readyforfiber. Connect to more with Blackfoot Communications.
Hi everybody, welcome to the weekly press conference. We've got Ty Flink with us here, and Keelan White, and Coach Hauck. And Coach, a good win for the Grizzlies on Saturday. Your final thoughts on that game, and then Montana hits the road again, headed down to UC Davis. Your thoughts on the Aggies?
Great, thanks Tapes, and thank you for all your hard work around here.
Thank you.
You do a lot of work behind the scenes here, man. Appreciate you. Well, we're excited to get to 4-1, and obviously it was a good win for us on Saturday. It was a fun game, and I personally enjoyed homecoming. Got to see a bunch of old friends. It was great. So good to be 1-0 on the weekend and get ourselves into this week against Davis. So moving forth on them. We're going down there to play. Davis is a very good, talented football team. They play good defense. They have good players at every level. Connors, Eaton, Tattersall, they make a lot of plays. Offensively, they're very diverse. They're multiple. We expect them to be up-tempo. It's going to be 90 degrees, so that's an issue. They're always good in the kicking game, and that's as usual this year, they're good. So they're really a complete football team, and it'll be a tall test for us to try to go down there and get a win.
Questions?
Bobby, I wanted to ask you about Jackson Lee. Led you guys in solo tackles this past game and had a big stop on the 3rd and 1 for no gain and ended up forcing a punt. Just how do you feel he's playing this year, and where have you maybe seen him take some steps forward?
Yeah, Jackson had a nice game Saturday. He's playing better, so he's got to play more. And I think that's been great. Anytime we have more players that can continue to make plays, especially in space, like the play you talked about, Frank, that's productive for our team. So good for Jackson, good for the team.
You guys are leading the conference in fewest rushing yards allowed, but maybe more telling is fewest rushing yards per carry. Why have you guys had success stopping the run so far?
Well, I think it starts with we're a really good tackling team. I think we tackle well. That doesn't mean we haven't missed a tackle all year, but people miss tackles. Our team tackles very well. We're physical. We're tuned into it, and that's where we want to start on defense and stopping the run.
Tyler, past years you guys have done a good job stopping the run too, but with this year's group, why is this year's group embracing that? So
I think it's pretty similar every year. Our D-line does such a good job beating up those double teams, and they free up the space for us to come in and fill the hole. So I think it's just mainly our D-line doing that, and that's the only reason we make tackles and make plays.
And Bobby, with the wide receivers, everyone sees their receiving numbers, but it seems like they're making a lot of blocks on some of the big runs you guys have. So how important is the receivers blocking to you guys having success in the run game?
Well, I can let Key answer that. He knows the answer. I mean, it's we're a balanced offense. That's when we're most effective, and you either work hard in the run game or you don't play in the pass game. So you have to play both sides of that coin, and everybody on the team needs to embrace the run game.
And then for you, Keelan, just for you individually and just wide receivers as a whole, why is that blocking and as receivers something you guys take pride in?
Yeah, if you can't make touchdown blocks, you can't score touchdowns in the run game. So getting that last guy who has the angle, or just making key blocks in the box to break those running backs free is pretty important. So.
Bobby, you mentioned UC Davis being really multiple offensively. In the past, they've run a lot of different stuff with their tight ends and the way that they pre-snap use their tight ends. Is that similar this year?
Yeah, they've got a lot of pre-snap movement, different formations. You know, it's not a lot of different personnel groups, but it's a lot of different formations.
Preparing for that, and what are the challenges of that when they do show you so many pictures?
Well, you know, it's not totally uncommon. There's a lot of motion and shifting going on in college football in this day and age. Very few people line up, just play where they start. But it's something we struggled with 2 weeks ago. Didn't handle it very well and got out of sorts. And gave up some plays, so it's got to be a point of focus for us.
And Ty, from your mind, I mean, what is it like preparing for a team that does show you a whole bunch of stuff pre-snap?
I think our coaches do a great job reminding us that we just have to do our 1/11th every play. If you do that and get a line right, it'll go your way, but you have to make sure you do your 1/11th, and they do a great job getting us ready to do that.
Coach, you mentioned that part, just playing assignment football and then, you know, doing your 1/11th, especially defensively. You said you thought you did a better job of it on Saturday. Did you see that when you watched the film back?
Yeah, I thought it was vastly better in terms of, you know, guys not getting out of sorts and busting, trying to do too much or not doing their job. So yeah, it was good. Obviously, there's always room to improve, and we're going to work on it.
Miles Hastings, UC Davis's quarterback, I mean, he was the first team all-conference quarterback a year ago. What do you think made him that, and what have you seen on film from him this year?
He's consistent. You know, I think the best thing he does is he knows what he's doing, and he's a consistent football player. And you know, it's the wild ups and downs. You know, it's not a guy that can make a great play somewhere. It's a guy that can consistently move the ball and help the team be productive, and I think that's his best feature.
Going from you know, a Hawkins to a Hawkins, maybe a little unique in back-to-back weeks. You know, I know coaches, you know, will talk about, you know, common opponents and stuff. Is there something in those conversations that can be gleaned from something that's not on film that you need to be kind of worried about, whether it's, I don't know, signals or anything like that?
Well, yeah, when you see people in person, you know, we haven't played Davis since 2019, so it's got like a non-conference feel to it. It's like a team you never played before. So yeah, I'm sure they spent a couple hours on the phone on Sunday. It's a big question for them. Let me know what he said.
All right. What do you remember, you know, from that trip down there? Obviously, that was kind of, you know, a big game for you guys as a program. So just thoughts on going back to that venue.
In 2018?
Yeah.
Was it 19?
19.
Yeah, they were here in 18. I remember two things really about it. I mean, I remember some plays and such from the game, but I thought we had a good team that was getting better, and they were ranked number 3 in the country, I believe, and they've just come out, they lost by a point or a field goal or something in Fargo the week before. They were pretty highly regarded. That's what I remember.
We've seen now, you know, a lot of Cliff, a lot of Sam, and it's been kind of in, you know, large chunks. Like you got the whole half, Not a lot of, like, you know, within drives, subbing guys, you know, in and out. Is that a philosophical thing that you kind of like to just give it to one guy for a larger portion of time, or what's the reason behind that?
No, we're just going to do it the way we do it. If the guy's playing well, he's going to play. You know, hell, we might play 3 or 4 of them.
Tyler, what did you think about just the way that you guys were able to kind of shore up things in coverage last week, and just the confidence of the defense moving forward now?
Like I said earlier, I think that we just did a great job of everyone doing their 1/11th. We didn't try to do too much. So we did our job. We came out with a win. It's always a great day when you come out with a win in college football. So we did our job well, I think.
Coach, they have a running back, ran for 250 against Eastern. Had 100
You startled me for a second. You look like a young Paul Wolf standing behind that.
Thank you.
I don't know, man.
I actually don't know who that is.
Cal Poly's head coach.
He's a big, good-looking dude.
Had 100 yards receiving the week before. You know, what are the struggles stopping a dual threat kind of guy like that?
Who's that?
Lynn Larison, one of their running backs.
Yeah, I think that Coach Hawkins feels like he's their best player. He's been a little banged up. That'd be another question you could ask him, see how much he's going to play this weekend.
Thank you.
Bobby, I think Davis, they rank third in the conference in terms of sacks allowed. Do you attribute that to O-line play or Hastings getting rid of the ball? Just what do you maybe attribute that to?
Yeah, it's probably a combination of all those things. You know, it always is. Style of offense, you know, their teams, I mean, option teams never give up a sack, right? Because everybody's playing the run. So that's not that Davis is an option team, but teams that don't do a lot of real true drop back and get rid of the ball quickly tend to not give up a ton of sacks. But their offensive line's good. They've got good players. Really like. I mean, they're all pretty dang good. I really like the center and the left guard. They're good players.
So would you identify the O-line as probably one of the strengths of just the team as a whole?
Well, they're a good football team, so they're pretty good everywhere.
And Tyler, just your thoughts.
Yeah,
on
they're good, right? I mean, I'm not saying they aren't.
Right. Tyler, your thoughts on just that challenge of, you know, Hastings and a good O-line, you guys trying to look to get more pressure on the quarterback. Just what do you think of that challenge that they present?
I think we're all excited. We go on the road and try to come away with victory, but we're all excited. It's going to be a big challenge for us, but we're going to have a good week of prep and be ready to go.
Just from your perspective, like Coach mentioned, you guys haven't seen these guys since I think you two were redshirts. You know, just what's it like seeing a new opponent that's now, you know, it's in your conference, but it's going to be kind of a new opponent. What do you think of that? Yeah, like Coach Hauck said, it does kind of feel like a non-conference game. I don't think we know these guys super well, at least my class, but like you said, it's going to be a big challenge for us, and they're a good football team. We're excited and ready to go. Then Keelan, just working with this offense and working with the two quarterbacks, just this past time with Cliff, what's it like working with a guy who runs it as much as he throws it? And you talked about the run blocking, but you know, how do you guys try to fit into that and help him out where you can?
Yeah, no, it's been good. Cliff's done a good job, and they both done a good job actually. And I mean, you gotta play a complete game as a receiver as well, not just catching but blocking too. So
some of these catches you're making along the sideline, I mean, these toe taps and things like that. Just how do you prep for that? How have you gotten so good at making catches like that or scooping off the ground? Just what do you attribute that to?
You know, I just go and compete. I try to do my best at every play. I try to catch the ball wherever it's at. I just pride myself on that. So.
To both you guys, when you kind of starts getting a little bit colder here, and then when you go into a warmer climate, like, can you feel that when you're in October and then you step into, you know, hotter weather, and what do you do to kind of, you know, prepare yourself for that?
I mean, I haven't been to, like last time we played Davis, I was a redshirt, so I wasn't dressed or anything, so I don't really have the experience of going cold to hot, but.
You're a Canadian, you know, cold to cold.
Tyler, what for you?
We'll drink some more water during the week, and we'll be ready to go, but I don't think it'll have too big of an impact on us.
Bobby, just a question on special teams. You guys had a lot of returns, big returns early in the year, but I think just 2 kick returns the past 2 games and 1 punt return for just 5 yards. I guess, why is that? Is it something different teams are doing to keep it away from you guys? And then going forward, how much of that is stuff you guys can change to try to get those return opportunities, and how much is it just playing off of what the team kicking or punting the ball is giving you?
Yeah, there's really nothing we can do. We've had 1 return ball the last 2 games, and we dropped it. So we really haven't had a return ball for 2 weeks.
And Bob, I just want to get your thoughts on Davis's defense. Just what stands out about them? I know Rex Connors was an All-American last year. Just what stands out about them and their strengths?
You know, I think they fit the run really well. First of all, they cover pretty well on the outside. And they keep the ball leveraged where they want it to go, generally speaking. So, you know, you have to move people off the ball to make it happen, and they're really big inside. It's tough to do that, so the ball gets on the perimeter and then they can run it down. So, you know, it's what good defense is. It's 11 on the run, 11 on the pass. They take good angles, they leverage the ball, and they tackle them.
Do you have a DUI or misdemeanor conviction? If so, don't let your past hold you back. Hi, I'm attorney Dave Maldonado, and you may be eligible to have your record cleared today. Visit BigSkyDefender.com to see how.